there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about at the top of this episode, but I figured that we start things off with a little bit of levity before we get into the more, I guess, serious of the cold open topics.
I do not have any crazy M&M flavors.
Okay, good, because I wrote a very strongly written email to the committee, and I had that expedited so it would get to them in a timely manner. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, you can be expecting to hear from them again, and also make sure that the committee is on your email list so you can receive their messages. They're still very upset with you about that as well. Mm-hmm. So, are you saying or are you gonna?
No, I got you. Yeah,
okay.
I've been in contact with them.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah, they were very concerned about some things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be doing my job if they weren't concerned.
That's not true at all. There's not very many places that you can go to work where that's true.
I mean, yeah, but it is true here.
I don't know.
It's very true here, yes.
So I don't know if you heard about this. I think it was actually just confirmed earlier today, but the Django and Zorro movie has been greenlit and is now underway.
Sorry, what?
So the Django is in Django Unchained. And Zorro, as in the masked vigilante swordsman, there is a crossover movie in the works. Quentin Tarantino would not be writing or directing, but he has given his blessing.
That was going to be my very next question. That is Jamie Foxx going to be playing Django?
We are assuming so.
That's bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be Zorro?
I have no idea.
I have so many questions now. You shouldn't have asked this. This is the next hour and a half.
So I'll tell you this. It is based on a comic book that was released back in 2014. I have not read this comic book, but now I feel like I have to.
That's just an odd pairing.
Didn't see it coming. I don't think anyone saw this coming. I certainly didn't. That's
like an Indiana Jones and Blank Man team up.
Oh, now I fucking need this. Holy shit. Oh, yeah. That would be amazing. I would love to see that.
It's a Squirrel Girl and other guy team up.
Oh, shit. But this threw me for a loop because I just didn't know that this was a thing or even a concept.
It's so random. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is like Batman and Ninja Turtles random.
It is, except it's even more random, I think. You know?
Yeah, it's more random than that. Yeah. Like, some crossovers make sense. Like, when they did the Supernatural and Scooby-Doo crossover.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. Okay, makes sense. They both do the same thing.
Right, except one hunts down real supernatural shit, another one, a guy in a mask.
Yeah. Yeah, although I will say sometimes the villain in Supernatural is an old white man.
Well, that is true too.
You know, every now and then. Yeah. So, like, they do some of the same work.
Right.
You know?
But Zorro and Django is interesting, right? So, I'd never really thought about the time frame setting for Zorro, but I guess that it does check out.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think where Django takes... I mean, Django can go anywhere now because he's literally a free man. And I mean, the success of this movie is all going to hinge on what this script looks like and who was directing this. Because is this going to feel more like an old school Zorro movie, like with Antonio Banderas, or is this going to feel like Django?
I'll be honest, man. I think, would I love for this to actually be like a super, like, in-depth, like this movie, this script just has an amazing reason for these two people to team up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the story's like very like grounded and everything. While I do think that if they rolled a 20, that's the movie I would rather see. I'm not betting on that. So I think I just want them to go the opposite direction, and I want them to just damn near parody themselves. Like, I just want this to be like Fast and the Furious level. Like, don't think about it, Morty.
Yeah.
Just camp it up.
Yeah, I have so many thoughts about this movie and about this concept, but I can't verbalize any of it because it's all so strange.
It is. That is a very odd thing for
Yeah.
them to be doing.
But they do already have a writer attached to it. I forget the writer's name or what else the person has worked on, but I mean, they do have a writer who is currently penning it, and I don't know if the current plan is to still base it heavily off of the comic book or if they're going their own kind of different direction with it. But Tarantino, he's given his blessing for what that means.
If anyone had this movie on your bingo cards, go ahead and mark it off now.
And you would be the only one.
No one? No one? I don't see anybody writing anything. Oh, yeah. I think.
Well, okay. Well, who'd have thunk it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
In other news, this is more unfortunate news, but the comic book writer Jerry Conway has passed away.
Oh, man. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. Jerry Conway's passed away. I believe he was 73 years old. For those of you who don't know, Jerry Conway, he was pretty iconic in the world of fictional superheroes and whatnot. He was responsible for creating Jason Todd. He also created The Punisher. And he has written just a slew of really, really good comic books over the years. As a matter of fact, he is the author who penned the Death of Gwen Stacy comic book.
Yeah.
He was also, a few years ago, he was on the Giant Spider-Man panel at DragonCon.
Yes.
It was the who's who of Spider-Man writers. It was Jerry Conway. It was Brian Michael Bendis. It was Mark Bagley.
He loves Chick-fil-A.
As we discovered at DragonCon that year. Yeah. But no, it's just Peter David was there.
John Romita Jr.
John Romita Jr. Yeah, I mean, so it was just like a stacked panel of
And they're
Spider-Man creators.
Dropping like flies.
Yeah,
Did we mention that Bendis was there also?
we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Bendis was there.
Can't
Can't forget Bendis.
Can't forget Brian Michael Bendis. He said that Peter Parker is Jewish.
He did. It's canon, folks. If you got an issue with that, you take it up with Bendis.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, it is sad to report that Jerry Conway has passed away, and it seems like several times a year now, we have to come on here and just discuss legendary comic book creators who have passed on. And Jerry Conway, he was one of the greats. He wrote one of the most iconic Spider-Man stories of all time, but he also wrote a lot more other very impactful comic books, other than just the death of Gwen Stacy. But that was just such a monumental thing that's kind of what people hang their hat on with him. But there was so much more that he wrote. I mentioned earlier that he was the co-creator of The Punisher.
Yeah.
And, you look at how this kind of Spider-Man side character evolved and grew to become what it is now. And that's all thanks to Jerry Conway. So, very prolific writer, did a lot of good at both Marvel and DC. I mentioned earlier that he created Jason Todd as well. Do what you will with that.
Yeah.
But it is unfortunate that he has passed on. So our condolences to his friends and his family and all of his fans.
Yep, we're gonna pour one out.
Yep.
Right here in the studio.
I'll just salute instead. Gonna have to clean that up later.
Yeah. That is really tragic, man. How many people? We lost Peter David last year. Mm-hmm. Once again, we lost another person from that legendary panel.
Yeah.
I'm really glad, that we got to be there for that.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a shame if, anyone had slept through it.
Oh, shout out to the homie Brendan. One thing about that panel, guys, that we mentioned earlier, again, just a slew of awesome talent. was on that Spider-Man panel at that DragonCon convention, or that DragonCon, and there was one debate they had there that I'm not gonna say it got heated, but it got pretty intense. Someone was asked about the age of Peter Parker and should he age up or should he be a teenager in perpetuity, basically.
That was probably my favorite part of the panel.
Yeah. And I mean, they went back and forth, and I mean, they were, each person who argued for a side brought up some really good points. But I thought that was very interesting. So it's just not very often that you see a collaborative team like that kind of disagree in that manner and bump heads.
Fortunately for Marvel, they don't have to pick,
Yeah.
They can have a Spider-Man that stays around that age, and then they can have a Spider-Man that grows up. They can do so much with Spider-Man.
Yeah. But I guess the problem, though, is it becomes an issue of eventuality, because if you keep Miles a teenager now and Peter as an adult, the people who are growing up with Miles now, eventually some of them may get to the point where they're like, I feel like I've outgrown my favorite character. Why is he stuck in this state of Arrested Development? Why can't he also grow?
No, we need like a 30-year-old Miles, and then we get our old man Peter book.
Well, I think, how much older is Peter than Miles? Probably only like 10 to 12 years, if I had to guess. Maybe 15.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I hope we will find out soon.
Yeah. We're gonna see. Depending on what Sony does.
How much older than Caleb McLaughlin is Tom Holland?
About, if I had to guess, 8. About 8 years older.
Wow, it's only 8.
Because I think Caleb is like 22, and Tom is 30.
Okay,
yeah,
that tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking it's hard to figure out what age Tom Holland is.
Yeah.
Because he kind of looks exactly like he did,
Right. Back in 2016 or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whenever. I guess that is when we first saw him.
Yeah.
It feels like he was part of pop culture longer than that, but I guess he's just done a lot of work.
He's done a lot of work in that 10 years.
Since we don't have time to do comic news ever anymore, we have to get it all out here in our cold opens, folks. Have you started Euphoria?
I have not.
So, I will say, man, that it's kind of a very slow start to the show. But I finished episode 2 last night, and I immediately went into episode 3, which is usually a good sign when it comes to TV.
Right.
It's not a good sign when you're like, I can't handle another episode of this right now. And yeah, man, I'm much more intrigued than I was. So I think a lot of that, and this is a very, very mild spoiler, but you really don't get hardly any Jules in the first 2 episodes. It's not until the 3rd episode that I would say that Jules is anything close to a main character.
Okay.
And I think that definitely took something from the show. And I'll also say too, outside of like the very, very core cast, so like you have Cassie, Maddie, Rue, Jules, Cassie's younger sister that she's Lexi.
Yeah.
Nate, and Nate's family, which the late Eric Dane, I think that's his last work.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's crazy that he filmed this with ALS.
Yeah, that is wild.
I think from diagnosis to death was like 10 months for him.
Jeez,
craziness. But yeah, so he's so they're all in it, but that's it, man. Like if you weren't in that core group, like all those other side characters, they're just forgotten.
With Euphoria, I think it must have been season 2 where they had that high budget as production play they put on.
Yeah, the $2 million high school play.
Right. Then our Broadway production. Yeah, that one. That I remember thinking, this is so astronomically ridiculous that any kind of school would have the budget and resources to put on a production like this. However, it's so entertaining that I don't mind it right now.
Or be allowed.
Yeah, or be allowed. Yeah. But so like the just the ridiculous nature of it is wild. But you know what? I'll put that off on the side just to enjoy this because it's really well done. I just have a feeling that at best that's what season 3 is.
That it's just a really expensive stage play.
Well, that is so completely utterly ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
But if I can manage to just put that to the side, then there's something to really be enjoyed here.
Yeah, I mean, there's moments where it just feels like the characters are actors in like a TV show. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like they all just became actors, and like this is the TV show that they're in. Because like I mean, everything is completely different from. It's almost like it's just a different show with some of the same characters in it. You know?
Yeah.
And granted, we talked about last time like how they kind of arrived there, but I will say. I'm more interested in it now. I don't know if crime drama was really their forte, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess also it's just what else do you do with them? Right. I think maybe college would have been a more interesting and a more appropriate route, but maybe they thought, well, them doing all of this in college doesn't seem as risque, but that shouldn't really be your goal. Good television should be the goal.
Also, how do you like Rue definitely wasn't going to go to college.
That too.
So,
yeah. And then also like how many different colleges would you have to go to because you're not going to have everybody go to one college either. So,
yeah.
One more thing before we get into The Boys. Did you see the trailer for Spider-Man Noir?
I did.
Okay, what'd you think?
I never been interested in this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of, they dropped the House of the Dragon trailer today, and I still haven't watched it.
Me either.
We'll be back on Wednesday, folks, and we'll react to that trailer for you guys. That'll be a nice, easy cold open for us before we review the latest episode of Born Again. But to answer your question, I feel like live action was a odd choice for this. Of all the weird Sony, spin-off movies, at least with this one will have Spider-Man in it.
Yeah.
Which is a step up for them.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man.
Live action. I didn't mind him being Spider-Man Noir in the Spider-Verse movies. I thought that was actually really good.
Right, yeah. So I guess this is supposed to be that same Spider-Man?
Unclear,
yeah. Unclear. So yeah, that's how actually I'm going to answer. Unclear. Like, will I watch it and review it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Will I hate doing so? Unclear.
Yeah.
Guess we'll find out.
If nothing else, this trailer reveals why there's no fucking way that Marvel Disney was ever going to put Man-Spider in Brand New Day. We see a glimpse of Man-Spider in this Spider-Man Noir trailer, and it's atrocious.
It makes me think that this is like an Amy Pascal thing, that she likes this idea, and Marvel was like, we will hint at it, but we're not going to do it.
Yeah, and so by the way, folks, also somewhat recently, it's been heavily rumored and speculated that Man-Spider will not be in Brand New Day, which is why we just said what we said.
I want to say that's actually been confirmed.
Okay.
Now.
Even better. So, most people that I have seen tend to be upset that Man-Spider is not in Brand New Day. I am relieved that Man-Spider is not in Brand New Day.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that shit.
Neither does the Punisher. The Punisher gonna kill the fuck out of that.
Oh, thing. Absolutely. He's sorry, kid. Here's a fucking RPG.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna nuke the city. Yeah, I can't let this thing get out.
And I wouldn't be mad either. There's a giant anthropomorphic spider creature looking around. Yeah, nuke all of the city that he's in.
100%.
Yeah. So no Man-Spider in this, which again, I'm not mad at that at all. They have really gone out of their way to not just outright say Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey.
They really have.
And I'm not sure why, because it's got to be one of the worst kept secrets.
They've also been going real hard that Daredevil's not in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's almost like a Houdini trick, right? Because I've been so focused on Sadie Sink and who she has to be, which is Jean Grey, that I never really thought about Matt Murdock also being in the movie a whole lot. And also just because there's so many goddamn people in this movie, is there any room for Matt Murdock?
I feel like all those scenes with the hand, and if there is a Daredevil cameo, it's going to be a montage at the beginning. It's going to be like a, all right, it's going to be that whole, all right, so, since last time you guys saw me, this is what I've been up to.
Yeah.
And we might get like 20 seconds of him fighting whoever. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Frank's moments are going to be in that. They could be, but I feel like Frank has a bigger part to play.
Yeah.
But I feel like him fighting the hand and all that shit, I think that and like Daredevil, I think all of that is going to be in like a little montage of just like, oh, this is what the fuck I've been up to. Yeah. And then there'll be just all these Easter eggs. That's how I would do it if I wanted to fill this movie full of stuff.
Probably. That's just a really expensive montage.
Right.
It's just so much.
I mean, they got, Matt in there for the last one.
Yeah, they did. And that was also really expensive as well.
He's a really good lawyer.
He is a really good lawyer. With that being said, I know that you've seen that the Brand New Day trailer is the highest viewed trailer of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah, it even beat out No Way Home, which I'll be honest surprised me because, and this is just a personal thing for me, but just based off the premise and speculation, I was way more interested in No Way Home than I am Brand New Day. So I was very surprised to see that so many more people just tuned in to see this trailer.
I think so much of it right now, the reason there's so much interest in this, number one, John Barthol's Punisher is very popular, and it was wildly speculated that he was going to be in this, before I think it was announced before the trailer dropped. So a lot of people were interested in that. But I think the other thing is just, it's the old adage of like, we can't miss you if you won't go away. It was 2021 the last time we got a Spider-Man movie. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's 2026 now. So it's been 5 years since we've seen Peter Parker on the screen. And I mean, I don't want to give them any credit for helping anyone, but Sony has been constantly reminding us that a Spider-Man exists. And letting us feel his absence in about 10 fucking movies ever since then. So, I think that that's a lot of it, right? Is that, and I don't think they intentionally did this, but so much of our main Avengers cast has been gone forever. The real Thor has been gone since Endgame. All we got is fucking Love and Thunder bullshit. Cap has been gone. Iron Man is dead.
Steve Rogers has been gone.
Yes, Steve Rogers has been gone. Iron Man's dead. Black Widow's dead.
Natasha's.
Yes, we've gotten a little bit of Hulk.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, Hawkeye has been off since 2020.
Yep.
Yeah.
2020, 2021, something like that.
Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, we haven't seen him since
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness since Doctor Strange's mom.
Yep.
And then I mean, you start looking at all like the key players in those movies, even the expanded Avengers cast, which Spider-Man was integral in, and they've all been mostly off our screens for a while, at least versions of them that we enjoy.
Yeah.
So I think that is kind of, really helping this movie because it's like, oh, we're going to get a Spider-Man adventure.
Yeah.
And people also know that Doomsday is coming up. Mm-hmm. And people, I think, are actually pretty hyped for Doomsday. So.
Yeah. That makes sense. It does.
All they have to do is deliver.
You say that like it's like that's the easy part.
It used to be, but now I'm not so sure. I mean, honestly, like Doomsday is gonna do buku numbers, especially if the rest of season 2 of Born Again is good. Mm-hmm. This Punisher special is good. Brand New Day is good. if all of that has really positive public reception, I think from there we're going to be at a boiling point by the time Doomsday comes out. Especially, at some point in there, we're going to get an actual Doomsday trailer. As long as that looks really good, I think they're going to be in good shape. But like, if this Spider-Man movie were to like bomb, I don't think it will. But if it was just like terrible, I think they're in really big trouble.
Yeah, I think this Spider-Man movie is going to do really good numbers. In terms of its quality, I'll be honest, I'm still unsure about how good I think this movie will be. I just can't shake the feeling of them throwing everything at the wall and hoping something sticks. Because he's Spider-Man, he sticks to walls.
What's crazy is, for a minute, I didn't know if you were talking about Brand New Day or Doomsday. But I will be honest, though. Maybe that is... Like, we thought the same thing about Deadpool and Wolverine. The marketing for that, we had no idea what the fuck it was going to be really about. I mean...
Yeah, but... And this is ironic, but I never got the idea that they were just throwing a bunch of different ideas at the wall.
Not till you watch the movie.
Even if it wasn't the movie, I didn't really get that.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I jest, but I don't know. I hope that Brand New Day is cohesive and they're just being like obfuscating what the movie's really going to be about from the trailers, which I want them to do. But if it really is just slapstick, what the fuck, then we have a bigger problem.
Yeah, and look, there's the Punisher, and look, there's Jean Grey, and look, there's the Hulk. All right, but goddamn, what's the focus?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, look at all these things.
Yeah. And be amazed. Well, we are 27 minutes into this thing, so I suppose we should get to talking about some of the boys. So with that being said, homies one and all, welcome back to another very special episode of the Superhero Homies Podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I'm here with the world's greatest co-host, the homie Caleb.
I am known for two things, my excellent drip and my correct opinions, and so I bring each and every one of those things to you guys every week out of the goodness of my heart.
Correct opinions?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, anywho, we're here to discuss... We're here to discuss the first half of the final season of The Boys. I guess while we're here, we also didn't mention that Gen V has been canceled.
Yeah, man, fuck them for that. However, I did read that they were kind of like, most of these characters will continue. Mm-hmm. It just won't be in this format. Like, kind of, and I get that. Like, if we're gonna still see them in like the Vault cinematic universe. Mm-hmm. But just not in the school anymore. Yeah. Like, I'm cool with that because, honestly, like, Thomas Godolkin was kind of like the big bad of that storyline and that angle. So, like, if they're going to keep these characters mostly just in different settings, I'm actually fine with it.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense for them to continue to be in that school setting.
Yeah.
And when I saw the news that Gen V was canceled, that was kind of my first thought process. It's just that they're going to continue on in a different spinoff series and just not Gen V, because why else would you go there? And I think that they've done everything cool that they can do, cool and novel that they can do with the college setting,
They were barely in the school anyway.
I know.
At least in the first season. They were more in the second season.
Yes and no. I mean, how many classes did we really see them attend?
Oh, no, yeah. It was all just Thomas Godolkin's like gladiator class for the most part. Mm-hmm. I really was hoping that they were going to kind of do almost like a Hogwarts type deal where it's like, oh, okay, this is like, flight and this is like endurance and, this is how to use your crazy superpowers. Yeah.
And, I think I mentioned this before, but in the comics, Godolkin University is like Xavier School. Yeah. It's like a parody on that. And it was, so goddamn raunchy.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Rock Hard, if he were in the comic books, he would have fit in perfectly there.
It's so hard for me, like as somebody who actually hasn't sat down and read through those, to know what is Garth Ennis and what is Eric Kripke.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Rock Hard is a creation of Eric Kripke.
I mean,
You know,
he fits right in.
He rock hard fits right in. Wouldn't you know it? Oh boy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. The Boys, season 5, the first 4 episodes. There's only 8 episodes this season.
We're in the end game now.
Ooh-wee. Caleb, what are your thoughts on The Boys season 5 and where this series is? Take me through your thoughts.
Well, so this is something I didn't think that I'd be saying, but I think that Firecracker is the MVP of this season so far in these first 4 episodes. Honestly, in the last season, I kind of looked at her character as just the one-dimensional. She's a Fox News host. Mm-hmm. Like she's supposed to be like an Alex Jones type or a Megyn Kelly. You know, yeah. She's probably more directly like a Megyn Kelly and Tommy Lauren.
Yeah,
had like a butt sex baby, and,
right?
And they went to work for Vault. You know, but and that is obviously what the character is. But this season, man, the performance from that actress and like her actual role in the story,
Valerie Curry.
Yeah, she's incredible, and she's the highlight of the season for me. I don't know how much more nice I have to say about this half of the season.
Oh boy,
I am not a fan of this very much. As a matter of fact, I think that the 4th episode. Which, you know, this is the most recent one I watched. It's left a bad taste in my mouth. I think this is one of the worst episodes they've ever put out.
Really?
Yeah. It feels like they're still here in the final season where there should all the stops should be pulled out, right? They're still dragging their feet. It's like they've based the whole show around this eventual, you know, Homelander versus Butcher, end-all, be-all fight, and now they have nothing else to give us. We're just waiting for that to happen. But I also got to say that there's so many moments now in the show, and like, you know, the first like 10 times this happens, okay, willing suspension of disbelief. But how many times in this show has Homelander had the chance to just brutally murder all of them? Like, he should have killed Huey, Frenchie, and MM about 400 different times by now.
They've been in his prison for a year.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have killed them in an instant. You know, with, like, okay, like, Kamiko makes a little less sense because, like, she is a suit. She's very durable. We've seen her heal from a lot of shit. Okay, maybe he rips her legs off or whatever, rips her in half, and is like, oh, she dead, and then she heals from that. Whatever. Same with, like, Butcher or Annie or any of that stuff, but, like, the fact that these human characters can be dead set, like, Homelander knows that their mission, their like, life's purpose is to kill him.
Yeah.
And he just continuously is just like, all right, see you guys next time. They kill his dad.
Yeah.
Or so he thought.
So he thought. That just kind of goes back to an underlying issue that I have with this show, and kind of like the entirety of like this universe. There's so many things that I want to say to be nice to this show, but then there's also a lot of things I have to say to this show just to kind of criticize it. And for one thing, there's varying degrees of things that just frustrate me.
Yeah.
To start on a light note, the power scaling issue is utterly ridiculous.
It is absurd.
Do all soups have a base level of durability?
See, it's like we're led to believe that, but then they also don't.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, no matter what happens, if you take Gen V, you're more than likely have this level of invulnerability. But then in like Gen V, for instance, we see other soups, because everyone in the school is a soup.
Yeah. We
see them just kind of wantonly get killed.
Right.
You know, so it's like, it's just whatever the plot needs for that scene.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because I can guarantee you, if you go back and watch the show in seasons 1 and 2, when the show was actually really good, the reason why you felt so much tension for Annie is because she was surrounded by psychopath murderers.
Yeah.
Who could have murdered her.
Right.
But then you go on to later seasons, the beginning of this season, in episode 1 of season 5, when she's throwing hands with Black Noir. And I understand that this is not the original Black Noir, but if he has any semblance of that power, how is she taking any of those hits?
We're actually made to believe that this dude's just a fucking actor.
Yeah. And
we don't know what his powers are.
We don't know anything about it. All I know is that, like, I think that all throughout the series of The Boys, we've actually had the same actor under the suit who plays Black Noir, which is good for him. You know, he's continuously getting work. And then, like, obviously in the previous seasons, when you have him unmasked, it's a different actor.
Yeah.
When you have him speaking, it's a different guy. But, like, the Terminator-esque silent killer has always been the same actor, I believe.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of issues with this, man. You mentioned the issue of why are so many of these characters still alive when they should have and could have been dead and killed many, many times. Even in the latest episode 4, Soulja Boy, he's right there with Homelander in terms of fucking around and letting these characters live.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, he let Frenchie live because he was sad this episode.
Butcher was there too at the end.
Yeah, well, Butcher, though, now.
Oh, okay, but it doesn't mean that. I don't think that Soulja Boy can't kill Butcher.
Oh, absolutely not, especially with his chest beam or whatever. Because last we know that like shit permanently fries the V out of you.
Yeah.
And also like you're talking about power scaling. Okay, can Soulja Boy just beat Homelander's ass? Because in the event that their powers were equal, he definitely could whoop his ass, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
But because I mean, this would be like, you know, it'd be like I don't know, fucking. It'd be like Seth Rogen putting on like the Venom symbiote. You know what I mean? Like Spider-Man could definitely whoop his ass. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Either way, but it's like Soulja Boy is supposed to have like the original V. What do they call it? V1. Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Every time they say it, and so I'm like, man, I wouldn't inject myself with any of that. There's no telling where that's been.
Oh, you can slap a tornado once you inject it.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
But like, if Soulja Boy has the superior formula, he's immortal, all this other shit. Shouldn't he just be able to beat the shit out of Homelander? And if so, then like, why doesn't he do it? Why doesn't he just fry him with his chest beam or whatever?
Yeah, you clearly just have a disdain for Homelander, so why not?
Yeah, I will say that number 2, Jensen Ackles is like the number 2. I also pretty much love it whenever Soulja Boy's on the screen.
Which is incredible because Soulja Boy, he is kind of a one-note character, but Jensen Ackles does such a great job with it, though.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that they made him a little more layered this season than in season 3. I definitely like his character a little bit. You can tell that his character is more reactive to the situations around him now than just like kind of that Captain America, I just got off the ice kind of, you know, very direct one note kind of mentality. So I think they added more dimensions to him this season.
Antony Starr is doing his very best to shoulder this series. It's like they are aware that this is the best actor on the set. But it's almost like an Iron Man 3 scenario where RDJ is obviously tremendous, but he can't save a bad script.
Right.
And it's the same thing here. Antony Starr, he's incredible. The problem is Homelander is a fucking moron. And it's hard to be so scared and intimidated and frightened for your favorite characters when you see Homelander because they focus so much on making him a Trump stand-in that they forgot that he is supposed to be this godly character who is unhinged.
Which it is hilarious that they actually wrote this season before the presidential election happened.
I know, yeah.
So much of it is just like, oh man.
But I wish that they would take like a hint from Born Again, where there are some pretty clear distinctions that we have here between like Fisk and our current political climate. However, Kingpin is still Kingpin.
Right, yeah.
Like, you don't feel like he's trying to imitate Trump. You feel like you're taking this other corrupt, evil guy, and now we see what Fisk does in this role.
Yeah, it's the difference between parody and allegory.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And the issue is this, though, is that The Boys is parody. And for people who are willing to defend this show, that's what they will say. And you are right, this is parody. But The Boys, this TV show wants to have its cake and eat it too.
Yeah. It wants to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
And then whenever they do something fucking stupid, which is really often lately, they throw the parody card.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I can't get jiggy with that.
That's like people defending the sequel trilogy when they go, it's just Star Wars. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, no. This has asked me in the past consistently to take it seriously. So you don't now get to throw out the it's just Star Wars card.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's got to be one or the other.
Yeah, like if the show or movie or franchise or whatever takes itself seriously, then that means that we are meant to. And then when you stop, we take notice.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Tropic Thunder wouldn't work if they took parts of that movie and just got so goddamn serious with it. And like, this is real.
No, it wouldn't work at all.
Yeah. But it doesn't. And the movie's tremendous for it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's the reason that Fast and the Furious isn't good.
You know? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's because no one told Vin Diesel that this is all just for the lulz.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I guarantee you the Fast franchise would do way better here in the States if they were tongue in cheek with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, fuck
100%.
it. Yeah, so those are just some of my issues with these later seasons of The Boys, is that they want to have their cake and eat it too, in terms of it being parody and at the same time being taken seriously. The power scaling of it all, just the sheer number of plot holes, they don't make any sense. There's no reason why certain characters just should still be alive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at this point, they're making me, where we should be at this point in time is this should be this sort of like, you know, chest pounding sort of race to the finish. But instead, man, it feels like we ran out of gas a mile back and we're walking to the, you know, we're gonna shuffle across the finish line.
Exactly.
Because I'm just like, is this over yet? And I should not have that feeling about the last season of a show.
Yeah. You know, the character who I thought had the best arc was A-Train, and he died in the first episode of the season.
Which was an incredible moment.
It was. And you know what? He, pun intended, he ran his race, and we saw his arc come full circle.
And I mean, really, honestly, that whole scene is probably the best part of this season. Is us actually seeing how terrifying Homelander actually can be.
Yeah.
Putting his powers to use. And, you know, somebody like A-Train, who's supposed to be just insanely fast, and he was never even close to getting away from him.
No.
And, you know, even to the, you know, his whole arc was about, you know, from the very beginning, he was always a coward, you know. Even when he killed Huey's girlfriend in the very beginning of the show, you know, he was a coward then. You know, he was just like, fuck. And then you saw the fear in his eyes and he ran. And that sort of, you know, that was a sort of tongue-in-cheek kind of thing about his character, is like, he's a coward. He can, and his power is that he can run, you know. Almost like a fucking Greek tragedy kind of situation. And so, for him to stand up to Homelander in the end, you know, in the face of annihilation, knowing that he's going to die, and for him just to tell Homelander what he is, and for it to be correct, and you just see Homelander processing that shit. Like, you know, he told the truth about me, so I'm going to fucking murder him.
Yeah.
Because that's the only recourse that he knows.
Right.
You know? And that moment was incredible. And the show has never gotten back to that moment. And it may not.
It may not, man. Not even close. There are moments that are rule of cool, but really could have meant a lot more, like the Ryan and Homelander scene.
Oh yeah, when he first that scene started, and in the trailer we got that scene, and we didn't get to see who he was hitting.
Yeah.
And then when we find out that it was Ryan, holy fuck! By the way, full spoilers for everything. We didn't say that, but
yeah.
if you're still here, then
I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah. But when we find out it was Ryan, I was like, oh fuck, is he gonna beat his son to death? Mm-hmm. But Ryan lives, and granted, I'm not saying like, oh, Homelander would have killed him here, because like it is his kid and he wants his approval or whatever. Mm-hmm. But Homelander's just too much of a chicken shit to like, even though Ryan was no threat to him, Homelander still beat the shit out of him because he's a bully.
Yep.
But what is Ryan's purpose in all of this? Are we even going to see him again? Like,
right. What does he do next?
Yeah.
Does he run off with the Gen V kids?
Yeah. And I mean, other than being able to talk, Kimiko, nothing. Frenchie, MM, and Huey are barely in the show, it feels like sometimes.
In terms of Huey, I will say this. I feel like Eric Kripke, this is his way of trying to make amends, but Huey dropped a line, I think it was in episode 3, about how he was sexually assaulted, but they still made it about Annie, or something like that. I mean, like, that's probably the closest thing we're going to get from Eric Kripke to I fucked up with that. Just because, again, like we're just talking about the whole parody versus being taken seriously thing, like that scene, I guess it was in season 4 with Tech Knight down there in Ashley's BDSM dungeon.
Yeah.
Where Huey was assaulted.
Well, it happened to him twice.
Yeah,
the shifter too.
That's right. Yeah. And like both times, like they play it for laughs, and it's like, maybe this isn't. Yeah, maybe this isn't the move.
Right.
But Eric Kripke, unfortunately, he's the type of guy who really stands by his shit, whether he truly believes in it or not.
Yeah.
But I just want to bring that up. What do you think about Kimiko talking now?
It's off-putting. I actually think, was it Karen
Fukuhara?
Yeah, she's incredible, and we've heard her talk multiple times in person.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just very weird to see her talking as Kimiko. Mm-hmm. It almost feels like they like changed. It's almost like they dubbed her voice in. You know what I'm saying?
So she is ADR. Here's the thing, though. Most of them are ADR, but we've seen them for seasons.
Right.
So our brains just don't process the same. But when she speaks, we notice it immediately.
Yeah.
Because we've never had to see her be ADR'd.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, for us, we've only ever seen her in person talk in the same room.
Yeah. There was a Dragon Con panel. I think it was last year. I believe me and the homie Kevin went. It was Kimiko, Firecracker, and Ashley. Those 3 actors were there. And it was pretty interesting hearing like their take on the show and like things to come and like just the show from their POV. But that was a really cool panel. Valerie Kerr, who plays Firecracker. Yeah. I was very surprised that she was even there because I think this was shortly after like she had that weird encounter at another con.
It was like 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
Fucking don't be toxic, nerds.
Oh, please don't.
She got to deliver the greatest line of dialogue ever written, which was, "It smells like a wet shit in a Waffle House in here."
Oh no.
And you immediately knew what the room smelled like. Somehow.
Right, and somehow, like, I've never smelled that particular scent.
Yeah.
But dear Lord, like, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had to be horrible. Huh. Also, I want to get serious for a second. I owe a fierce apology to Erin Moriarty for my comments about her appearance over the last 2 years. Now, let me explain. We were all under the pretenses that she had plastic surgery, and that's what happened. And so, in my opinion, it's not body shaming if you picked to look like that. But it turns out that she didn't. So I retract all of my statements, and I issue a fierce apology. She actually suffers from Graves' disease.
That's right.
And that's kind of caused the her to kind of look like weight fluctuations in kind of odd ways or whatever. So my serious apologies. She actually she looks fine as hell in season 5. So be all right.
We don't have to go that far, but yes, agreed.
Did you know? Did you know she was she played the girl that got double teamed in the car in True Detective? Woody Harrelson's daughter.
Did she?
That's her. Yeah.
Wow, I thought the first thing I saw her in was Jessica Jones.
Nope.
Huh.
Wait, who is she in Jessica Jones?
Yeah, she is. I want to say in season 1 or season 2, she plays someone who goes to Jessica for help.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she is sure enough.
Oh yeah, that's her.
That's her. Yeah. She's Woody Harrelson's daughter in True Detective.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man.
What do you think about Starlight so far this season?
Her and Huey seem like they're heading towards an amicable split.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. Like, I mean, honestly, let's say that they both survive the end of the series. They both survive the death of Homelander and Soldier Boy and Butcher and the downfall of Vought. What reasoning is there for them to really be together? Because honestly, it feels like for them, it's just a trauma bond, and they have. I'm not saying they don't love each other. I think they really do, but their love is rooted in trauma.
Yeah, and we see her kind of trying to deal with that. I do think that this kind of side arc with her dad was weird.
Yeah, it came out of left field, right?
I'm like, you guys could have maybe done this in any other season. I don't know. I also feel like maybe they're teeing her up to die. That she could be a casualty in the last fight or last few episodes.
I'll be honest, man. I'm starting to get the feeling that this show's going to get cold feet with its deaths.
Yeah, I am actually starting to feel like that too. It's like, I talk to a lot of people with like varying opinions on things, especially like this show. Mm-hmm. Like, I have friends that think Daredevil isn't good, like any of it. I use that term loosely. I even have a friend or two that thinks the sequel trilogy is good. Once again, using the term loosely. They're wrong. It's not illegal. But so I like know people with like a vast amount of opinions, and pretty much everybody that I talk to about The Boys is like, why the fuck does everyone have so much plot armor?
Yep. And
I get the feeling that like they've gotten to the point where it's almost like Stranger Things, where it's like, oh yeah, we'll kill the shit out of that season's guest stars, but when it comes to our main cast, we're gonna shy away from that. Like, how many of the main cast of this show have they ever actually killed? I mean, A-Train,
Newman,
what's his name? Translucent.
That was
in episode 1,
yeah.
But like, we're grasping at straws here.
We really are.
Did they kill Lamplighter?
Stormfront.
Well, we don't know about that anymore.
Yeah.
That's another thing I was going to get to, is like half of this season so far has just been setting up Vault Rising.
Right.
And now they're retconning the Stormfront death.
Mm-hmm. And it's so ironic, right? Because this show doesn't realize that it's parodying itself at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's become a parody of its own self.
It is crazy that they predicted the whole God angle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even that's messy in the show, because Homelander has like a vision from like the titty angel.
Yep.
And then he declares that he's God. And then they come up with a plan to make it to where he's just a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't see Homelander resist that at all, and he just goes with it. He just rolls with it. Yeah. This guy who's really known for just rolling with
of course
things, you know, that weren't his idea.
Right.
So like it's messy, you know?
Yeah, it's messy and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. A whole lot of it doesn't really add up. What's going to happen with this V1 stuff? Because as of now, no one has still found it. They went down into the facility in episode 4, and I actually liked the premise of what was being done here. I think that it could have been executed a little bit better.
It was rough for me.
I mean, I like the idea of and even some of the lines in here I liked about when Frenchie is kind of piecing together what's going on, and they're like, "Oh, so you mean like Last of Us?" He goes, "No, that's just Walking Dead with mushrooms or something."
Yeah.
With fungus.
It definitely had that vibe, you know, kind of.
Yeah, I think that they hit the gas too hard, too fast, but in the beginning, it felt pretty unique or pretty cool for this show, at least, to have these characters start to be very openly candid with one another in an aggressive manner, but they still kept it at like at a realistic level where like frustrations were boiling over. But then it became quickly, we're trying to fucking murder each other.
Yeah. And Kamiko was just a death creature. Mm-hmm. She's just trying to kill everybody, and I'm like, and once again, why are any of you alive?
Yeah. They, with the exception of maybe Butcher, Huey and MM for sure would have been dead, and Frenchie.
Huey fucking shot MM.
Yeah, with a gun,
and he's just fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love MM. He's usually my favorite, but this season, man, they've literally just reduced him to one-liners.
They don't have anything for him.
No, I mean, he sent his family away, so they don't have that subplot anymore. Which, I mean, fine or whatever, but in my opinion, that really sets him up as like he should die. You know, it's like he's basically sent his family away so that he can go on this quest alone, and his there won't be repercussions on them for what he does. And I mean, I'm gonna be really upset if, like, you know, there's like almost no character deaths in this thing. Honestly, if the Deep doesn't get fucking brutally killed, I'm gonna be really angry.
Right?
How is he still alive?
Great question. You know what I really like about the character of the Deep is that he is kind of the antithesis to the idea that there has to be character growth. We know motherfuckers who were assholes and idiots in high school, and 20 years later, they're still assholes and idiots.
Yes.
You know, and that's what the Deep represents. Like, some people never get it. Some people never have that moment of clarity where they realize that they should grow the fuck up or be something better.
He's still going and visiting the old fraternity.
Yeah.
Because there's very few places on Earth where he's respected.
Right. And so, like, I think that he fits in perfectly into this role of just the sniveling do-boy coward.
Yeah. He's basically Homelander if Homelander didn't have the powers that he has.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's really apt.
If he, like, didn't have the means to enforce his will on people and was just, you know, lame Aquaman.
Right. Also, I don't know how I feel about him eating sushi. That was weird.
I know, man. That was wild.
Yeah.
They brushed over that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He's like, why did I wait so long to do this?
All right. And did we get any real information about what's going on with Black Noir?
No.
Okay.
And I want to know when they're planning to reveal all that. Is this back four just going to be like boom, boom, boom? Or are they going to be dragging their feet up till episode 8?
Look, dog, we got 4 episodes left, and Jared Padalecki still hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah. Or Misha Collins.
Oh, is he in this too?
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit, yeah.
Yeah, they got all of them. All of them.
Well,
it's the only thing better than both of them.
All of them.
All of them. Both of them or all of them?
I can't get too excited about it. It seems like it's just going to be a reunion for a reunion's sake.
Yeah. which I'm fine with. But
sure, yeah. But this show just doesn't have the room for that right now. They don't have the cachet to pull that off right now.
Apparently, Jared Padalecki is going to be like the speedster before A-Train.
Oh. Are they all going to be part of Vault Rising? Is this what they're doing?
I don't know. I think the only people that are confirmed for that
Stormfront
and Soldier Boy. Yeah.
Would you be upset or happy or indifferent if Stormfront is alive?
I think I'm indifferent about it either way, but I think I'd be disappointed if she's alive because once again, this is like George R. R. Martin still introducing new characters and shit. Like, you know, and it's like, what the hell is going on? What are you doing over there? Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, they have a lot of shit to wrap up. To be unwrapping things they wrapped up in season 2 that people barely remember at this point. Yeah, man, I don't know. I guess old dude that was like mushroom to the wall will be in Vault Rising.
I guess you have to be, huh? Yeah.
Which apparently they're still going through with The Boys Mexico, but I've heard nothing about it.
Same. Yeah, no idea. I mean, maybe that's where the Gen V cast is going.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah. So, with this virus, is that how they're gonna end up getting rid of Homelander? You think?
I think at this point it'd be anticlimactic. Maybe the virus brings him down to a level where like he's killable, but still formidable.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw like what the enriched uranium did to him.
Yeah.
That shit looked like it sucked.
Right. Yeah, that fucked him up pretty good. But it sounded like Soldier Boy, the way he was talking, seemed like he knew that wasn't going to kill Homelander.
Oh, yeah. He knew he was going to get out.
Yeah. So I guess it was just to hold him off until he could find the V1 and destroy it.
In which, why the fuck is Homelander not trying to kill him now that he did that shit to him?
And if it's because of daddy issues and him wanting to have that appreciation, then they could do some groundwork to expound on that.
Yeah. Yeah, the script is not strong for this last season.
No, it's not. And this is when it really needs to be.
And they took forever to put this out.
Yeah. I don't really understand the purpose of Ashley having second Ashley head.
Yeah, and then they're basically just kind of running back the storyline she had with the Seven movie producer guy, the Kevin Feige parody guy.
Yeah.
It's basically just that relationship over again.
Yeah, but with the loud preacher guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, supersonic, but whole preacher guy.
Yeah.
Man, that dildo was massive.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
That shit was enormous.
Like, and he referred to it as his sin hole.
Yeah, he did. He did.
God damn it.
You gotta put them somewhere, I guess.
Yeah. Sure.
Gotta store them somewhere.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about their relationship. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say there. It's just, yeah, it's the thing.
But yeah, the weird Ashley Gollum thing it's.
Yeah, not quite sure why we needed it yet, but all right.
It's that actress Colby Minfrey. Is that her name?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely willing to do whatever they're asking. She's done some wild shit in this show.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm trying to think about what else we have in this show, man. We talked about the kind of bizarre Annie episode where she goes to visit her dad.
Yep.
You know what this was for me? This was like a lesser version of a scene from X2 when they go and visit Bobby's family. And Iceman, he pulls up to his family and they're being all mutant phobic. And his mom drops the line of, "Have you tried not being a mutant?" Also, that was so funny because that's some shit that would be said. But it was Bobby's younger brother who ends up calling the cops on them. And so the cops pull up and there's like the standoff. Anyway, like this to me was like a bad version of that scene from X2.
Yes. It was pretty similar to that. Like, it was almost direct parody of that.
Yeah.
I did like some of the dialogue with her and her dad, though. Like, some of the stuff with there was good. It was just everything around it just kind of wasn't, you know?
Yeah.
And also, you gotta think, like, she's like the most wanted person in America. She can't really just be flying around and, like, she didn't even try. She came in the front door, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, that neighborhood looks like the dad has the HOA. Like, someone saw you.
Oh, yeah. They could definitely have a HOA.
Yeah. And they're probably annoying as fuck, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And the stepmom is definitely asked to talk to the manager once or twice.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I don't want to deal with that.
Nope.
There's got to be something else of note that happened.
Oh, man. Yeah, I hope so. Let's see. We had... I mean, they retconned the status quo of the end of season 4 almost immediately.
Oh yeah, I mean, because by the end of episode 1, they're out and free again.
We really don't see them in the freedom camp hardly at all. And I will say this too, man. The conditions in the freedom camp didn't seem that awful.
It kind of did look like a camp,
except for like when Love Sausage comes up and like beats you with his dick or whatever.
That never happened to you at camp?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, well, shit. Okay. Huh. All right, well...
I think we went to different camps.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, okay. Another thing that I'm conflicted on, but I think I'm okay with, was the beginning of episode 1 of this season. Annie's plan was to get the footage out there of what happened on flight 137. I think that was the flight. And of course, they put a media spin on it, they being Vought. They put a media spin on it and make it look like it's AI or it's fake, blah, blah, blah. And here's the thing, right? On a logical level, that's stupid as fuck. Like, you put the footage out there, people are going to see it, and that's going to really fuck up plans. But in reality... No, the whole fake news thing would work. So
yeah, we've seen worse.
Yeah,
you know. Also, with that, it almost feels sometimes with Homelander in this season, especially, that these episodes are like out of order. You know, it's like. You just felt like after the Flight 137 thing, he would have been fucking livid, like kind of on the warpath. And then the next episode, you just kind of see him, like he's trotting through the woods, chatting it up with dear old dad. You know what I mean? It's just, it's very odd. Also, speaking of plot armor, is Stan Edgar alive?
He is still alive.
Okay.
Yeah. Stan Edgar... He has the confidence of a man who has plot armor, but he really shouldn't have any.
Nope.
But he's still alive. He maneuvers like he has these grand scheme master plans, but he really doesn't.
All right, yeah.
Speaking of which, Sister Sage.
Oh, yeah.
I have the same issue with her that I had in season 4, which is... They want her to come across like the smartest person in the room, but she just comes across as a con man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You can't write intelligent characters unless you have an intelligent script. Like, you can't make everyone else in the room dumb and then have that person be average intellect and be like, this is a genius.
What do you think her grand plan is here? Do you think that she wants to push Homelander so far into totalitarianism that, like, someone will rise up and kill him? Is that her grand plan here? Or is she just like, Homelander, will rule the earth, and I'll get to be number 2?
I think her plan is something even more dumb than that. I think that she sees chaos ensuing no matter what happens, so she's riding it till the wheels falls off and doing what will possibly benefit her the best in the long run.
Yeah. It's just purely self-serving then. No, there is no grand plan.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I wish we got more of her, but again, I understand why the show doesn't give us more of her because they have to be smart.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, so many of the performances in this are actually really, really good.
Yeah.
It's just that they're trying to carry the weight of this fucking overwrought script. And I don't know how you do that on a show that's literally been buffering for fucking 2.5 seasons.
Right.
Like, at this point in time, there is now more of the boys that I am indifferent about than I like.
Which is not good.
You know.
That's not good. Unfortunately, I have to be in agreement with you. Like I was so willing to give season 3 a pass. Like, okay, like they stumbled quite a bit there across that finish line, but I still see where they're going with this. Like they stumbled, but they still stumbled forward. But then by the time we got to season 4, it became very clear that they were really just spinning their wheels. And now you can imagine my disappointment that we're halfway through the final season of The Boys, and it still feels like we are running in place. So, what's the goal now, really? They didn't get the V1.
Right. And it seems like they won't unless they're going to go talk to a bomb site.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, I swear to God, if we have a bomb site episode and it's just another fucking V Rising, or not V Rising, Vault Rising. V Rising is the video game.
It's a video game, yeah.
Vault Rising commercial, you know, where they go full House of the Dragon season 2.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Yeah. So at this point, it's still too soon to say how I think this show will end, how I think it'll wrap up. At this point, I feel like as long as we get satisfying endings for the characters, whether that means they live or die, doesn't matter. But as long as we get satisfying endings, that will be enough for me based off where the show is now. But I just don't know if they can pull it off at this point.
Yeah, it feels very difficult for them to pull off a satisfying ending with kind of all these plot threads. I mean, honestly, you know, we talked extensively about how this show is parody. It almost kind of feels like what's going to happen with Doomsday. Where it's just like, you know, we haven't really talked about this at length yet, but, you know, the Russos made a comment about how, like, Doomsday picks up right after Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, you do know that y'all put a whole bunch of, y'all threw a whole bunch of shit at the wall. You know, there's just all these crazy dangling plot threads and post-credit scenes that are never going to come to any kind of fruition or mean anything.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yep, no, fuck that. We're going to do this instead. And this feels similar to that, where it's just like, yeah, you guys set up all these plot threads. Fucking Ryan, Zoe, the Gen V, entirety of Gen V, all those people. The whole Starlighters angle.
What was the name of the crazy, powerful bald chick? We see her in episode 1 of this season.
Yeah.
I forget her name. But when we first saw her, like, you just knew that, okay, we're going to come back to this.
Yeah.
In a big way.
Yeah.
And instead, she's working for the people who kept her oppressed.
Yeah, they even fucking shortchanged fucking Love Sausage.
Yeah, how do you shortchange that?
Yeah. And I mean, like, this whole stuff with, like, the deep and noir, and I don't know, man. It's just, you know, there's so many plot threads that should be wrapping up, should be wrapped up, and it feels like we're not getting really anything. We're just dragging our heels.
Yeah.
And dragging your heels to the finish line is not how momentum works.
No.
You know? It almost has Game of Thrones energy, where it's like, where the show creators just burnt out and exhausted, and they're like, well, we just got to make this because we're under contract to do so, so here it is.
And it's so unfortunate because, as you mentioned earlier, there's so much talent on this show, and it just doesn't feel like they're being utilized properly. I remember back in seasons 1 and 2 just praising Carl Urban and Antony Starr because, man, like, their their chemistry and like their characters and like the way that they were being written and portrayed, it's just, man, like this is incredible. And then like they had a team of side characters who were just equally as compelling in their own ways. And it's just so sad to see the state of the show now, where they've become so focused on the parody that they completely lost sight of the plot.
Man, Carl Urban is truly wasted as Butcher.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's speaking of parodies, he's just a parody of himself.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, yeah. Like, and I don't know, man. It's to the point now where not if, but when he dies, will anyone care? Not even talking about the other characters, but like the people viewing.
Yeah, everybody in The Boys shouldn't even want anything to do with him.
Yeah. Yeah, point blank, period.
He's not a likable person in any way. I mean,
he's a liar. He's a manipulator.
Yeah, I mean, even Ryan's done figured that shit out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the fucking translucent side plot with his son.
Yeah.
The fuck is this kid's name?
Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick. Fuck that guy too. What was the point of that?
No idea.
There's just been so many times that I've been watching this and I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that I think that this season actually started at a high point. I think season 1 for the most part was pretty good. Like not season 1, but episode 1 for the most part was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just feels like we slid downhill into episode 4, which I think is one of the worst. Like I said, one of the worst episodes.
For me, I don't know if I can say if I think it's one of the worst episodes, but I do think it's just it's growing weary on me because I just feel them continuing to do nothing.
And it doesn't help them that there's so much other compelling TV on right now.
Yeah.
I mean, when The Boys season 5 started, we had Daredevil Born Again was killing it, Invincible and The Pitt. All of them were on at that time. I haven't started it yet, but Mall Shadow Lord has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things on television right now that are killing it. Yeah. And when it comes to television, it's a real estate game. It's a matter of, like, you only have so much time in the day. Are you going to devote that time to watching this or that? And, you know, like, for all I've said about Euphoria on here, I am still very intrigued to see what the fuck they're going to do next. With this show, I used to be concerned with what they might do next. Now, I'm starting to become indifferent to it. And that is the worst thing I think you can be with something that used to entertain you thoroughly is indifferent.
Oh, yeah. I'll put it this way. I forget what it was, but there was. Oh yeah, I remember that. It was the Titans TV show. That was on the short-lived DC Infinite TV network, whatever.
I almost forget that happened.
Yeah. But I think it was after season 2. Kevin and I, we made the decision to stop reviewing it. And our reasoning for that was because if we continue to watch this Titan TV show, we're not going to like it. So, like, we're just going to be doing something that we don't like, but we really enjoy podcasting. So, like, that's a conundrum. B, we're just going to shit on it the whole time that we review it. And, I mean, sure, some people like that, but, like, it's not going to really serve a purpose. And then C, and arguably most importantly, like there's people out there who listen to the podcast and who do enjoy that show, and they probably don't want to hear us shit on each and every episode an hour and a half every single week. Yeah. And that's exactly what would happen. And so we made the decision to just stop reviewing that show after season 2.
Yeah.
And I say that because if The Boys, if they came out today and said, actually guys, there's going to be 3 more seasons of The Boys before we get to the finale, I might be so inclined to have that conversation to put that show on the list of things that, like, I don't know if I can continue to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually, you know, in that same vein, I've had people be like, are you guys going to review Rings of Power? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, absolutely not. Mm-hmm. We tend to, I'm not going to say, like, we only review things that we like, because that is far from the truth. Evident by the fact that what was it? We just watched episode 4 of this season of Invincible.
Oh God!
Earlier, we watched what was that old ass movie?
The Phantom.
The Phantom.
Yeah.
We watched that shit pretty recently. Pretty much everything in the throwback, right? I mean, for the most part. We've done Dune 84. We did the Umbrella Academy.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, Umbrella Academy that last season.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, it's not that we won't. It's not that we only review things that we like. It's that we only review things that we have an expectation of liking.
Mm-hmm.
So, we went into House of the Dragon Season 2 thinking this is going to be bomb as hell. It wasn't.
It bombed.
It was bomb, but not as hell. Just bomb. We're going into Season 3 with the same hopes.
Mm-hmm.
I know what's going to happen. It's just going to be dark as fuck, hopefully. I feel like some of the audience might step out here, but we'll see. That's assuming that they're still in after the extended trailer that we got last season. They probably will be though, because I think Night of the Seven Kingdoms brought them back up.
Yep.
But that's the thing is we're not gonna hate watch something intentionally unless it's throwback, know, right. and in that case it might ignite the war back up.
But even then, 9 times out of 10, those have such a comedic and humorous energy behind it. Yeah. Where it's not even so much, oh my God, I hate this. It's this is some ridiculous shit to watch with a bunch of the boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even going into you and I have reviewed so many things on here.
Yes.
Even when we reviewed freaking Morbius.
Yeah.
Or Craven the Environmental Activist. We went into those things hoping that they were going to be good.
Right.
We didn't know they were going to be awful. We suspected, but we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know for a fact.
We didn't know that Madam Web was going to bring us the gift that it was. That we have had so much material, in the years following.
Yeah, there's no way that we could have predicted that,
So yeah, I mean, we're not going to review something that we just know is going to be absolute dog shit, and we're just going to review it to shit on it. You know?
Exactly. I mean, so this is not the case at all, but in an alternate universe where the Doom movies were bad, when they were directed by, I don't know, fucking Michael Bay instead of
oh no, I kind of want that now.
Michael Bay Doom trilogy would be okay. Maybe I just pick somebody else.
Because the way that the first movie would have went, right, is the Harkonnen siege on the planet would have been the whole back half of that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it would have been dope as hell.
That's true. There would have been so many explosions. But
then the second movie would have opened up with a fuck ton of those the fucking whatever the little dragonfly looking ships are. Mm-hmm. Somewhere some sci-fi nerd is already typing. It's called a whatever, hoverbird or whatever the fuck it's called. Anyway, there would have been 200 of those.
Right.
And fucking Paul Atreides hanging out the bottom of one of them with a machine gun.
Yes. Holy shit.
I was gonna say I kind of want that.
Well, shit. Well, now I've talked myself into it. Now you talked me into it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, in another world where they were directed by Tim Burton.
Yeah. Tim Burton directed Dune trilogy. So imagine if we went in, we watched the first one and thought it was dog shit, and then we're like, well, maybe they turn around for the second one and it's just equally dog shit
or worse.
Yeah, or worse. There's a real good chance we wouldn't go.
We would not review Messiah. No.
Yeah.
No.
So, and that's all that we mean by that. So.
Yeah, if every episode of Born Again had scored under a 5, season 1 and 2, we would not review season 3.
No, we would endure season 2, and then that'd be it.
Yeah, and that'd be it. We'd finish 2, and then we would check out.
Yeah.
And thankfully, The Boys has made this choice for us,
right? Because
I could not sit through another season of this shit.
Yeah, if it continued like this, there's just no way. There's no way I couldn't do it.
It gets to the point where it almost feels like the later seasons of Supernatural, and I do unfortunately mean that in a bad way, where it's just you're just watching this for the feeling of being around these characters, That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no substance.
And that is where we are with The Boys right now, which is crazy because Eric Kripke wasn't there for that part of Supernatural.
Right. Yeah.
I suppose we should score these block of 4 episodes.
Yeah. I think it is your turn.
I think it's your turn.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, shit. All right. It was the worst of times. It was the worst of times. Watching this season of The Boys is like finding out they changed the formula in your favorite dessert. It's like, it's like if your favorite candy bar is Hershey bar or Reese cups, and come to find out that all the they started putting all these fucking fake ass chemicals in the chocolate, and that's why it doesn't taste the same to you anymore.
It's like if you want peanut butter M&Ms, but then they give you lemon meringue pie M&Ms.
Oh, how could that ever happen? They make peanut butter M&Ms. And I think they're better than Reese's Pieces, but anyway.
They are.
Hershey's recently announced that they're going to stop putting all this fucking chemicals and go back to the old formula for the Reese Cups and the Hershey bars. So maybe Eric Kripke will do that with this show.
It's too late.
Yeah. You're still happy that you got a Reese Cup, but then like when you actually consume it, you're like, this may was this worth 400 calories? I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. That's kind of how this show is it's like it has these little glimmers of the show that we like really loved in like season 1, season 2. But it's been so long since we had consistent quality from this show. It's been dragging its heels for over 2 seasons, right? So like we're at this point now where the show has just been dragging its feet for longer than it was moving forward. We had all this forward momentum, and it is absolutely 1 step forward, 2 steps back for all of season 4, most of this season. A-Train, I think, like you said, had the best arc, but he's gone now. And we're introducing new characters this late in the game that aren't going to have any sort of satisfying conclusions. So, like I said, highlights of this season, obviously the A-Train death. Really loving what they're doing with Firecracker. Mm-hmm. Like I said, she's the MVP of the season for me.
Yep.
Most of our main cast, though, I'm not really impressed with. They're not doing a whole lot with the titular The Boys. They're just they are just plot devices at this point. It's whatever the next mission is.
Yep. Just unkillable plot devices.
Yeah. So with that being said, man, for these episodes, these 4 episodes, I'm going to give this a 5.0. Right there in the middle. It's not doing things that just make me hate it, but it's doing things that make me not care, Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't have anything to do, I'll put this on. And I shouldn't feel that way about this show.
The biggest crime of The Boys is that it's nowhere near the show that it was in its early seasons. And at this point, I think it's pretty undeniable. I think a lot of people maybe watch this show on autopilot. They just, like you said earlier, feel so familiar with these characters that it just feels comfortable to have them on the screen because now we've lived with them for so long. This show took a really kind of grimy and just grotesque comic book, and they did something really clever. They took The Boys comic book, which parodies other comic books, and they made it into a TV show that parodies reality. And that was a really clever twist on the whole premise of The Boys, and they kept a lot of that fun grit and grime and just raunchiness from the comic books, but they also put their own spin on it that made it feel fresh and unique. And for those first 2 seasons, it was must-see TV. We had never seen anything like Antony Starr as Homelander. Never seen anything like that before. And then like just the charisma of of Carl Urban as Butcher, and then Jack Quaid as Huey had this kind of quirky charm to him where you really wanted to see this guy get a win. And then just all the other characters surrounding the show, it really had something built in deep. But as the show went on, it became more apparent that they weren't really trying to rely heavily upon the source material because they couldn't. The show had gone its own direction. And as a result, they didn't have the means to withstand that kind of pressure. And so they started to fold in under it. And shit started to not make sense. It started to plod. Listen, when you have a show like this, you got to know when to hang it up. You have to know when to hang it up. One of my favorite shows of all times is The Leftovers. The Leftovers is only 3 seasons. And, I mean, they get in there and they do what they got to do and then it's over. Tremendous show, but short-lived. The Boys could have been 3 seasons.
Yeah, 100%.
And in retrospect, I know that the money says otherwise, so who am I to fucking say?
Amazon didn't want it to be over this season.
Yeah.
It's bonkers to me.
Right. Like, are the numbers that good? Maybe so. But I think that for quality's sake, from like an artistic standpoint, you would probably want this show to be 3 seasons. But I'm about to say, I say all that to say this. I don't think that this season is doing anything that is worse than season 4. But I don't think that it is ending on the grand finale that it should. By this point in the game, plot thread should be wrapping up and we should be every episode nail-biting. Oh my gosh, who's going to die? Oh my gosh, like, how are they going to get to this next objective?
What's going to happen next?
Yeah. Instead, I watched this season wondering, is anything going to happen? And it's just not the right feeling. This is one of those cases again where I had the exact same score in mind. I give these first 4 episodes of season 5 a 5 out of 10.
See, every now and then, I'll think we're going to be like wildly different opinions. Uh-huh. I'm sitting there watching The Boys, and I'm just like, man, the way he's going to look at me when I give this shit like a 5. And then we get on here, and it's like, nah, we came to the exact same conclusion without talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens a lot.
Yeah.
It
does. I mean, and like you said, it doesn't help that it was competing with Daredevil Born Again and Invincible. Like, we were actively watching those shows and this.
Yeah.
So that didn't do The Boys any favors.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been a tough time for this show to compete for our like eyeballs. Yep. I'm about to pick up the Mall Shadow Lord show. Mm-hmm. About to start watching that probably this week after Born Again. And then, yeah, I mean, you guys are going to hear from us one more time this week with Born Again, and then you guys aren't going to hear from us again until we come back and have an explosive 1-2 punch of the Born Again season finale and the Punisher special.
I cannot wait for that week. That week should feel like Christmas.
It really should.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. So like you said, we're going to come back and hit the finale of Born Again and then that Punisher special. That's like if that's not a knockout combo, then somebody dropped the ball somewhere.
And then we got Brand New Day in July?
Yep.
Yeah.
Both you and I would be out of town, I think, for the Grogu and Mandalorian movie.
Yes. You're going to be on a cruise. I'm going to be at MomoCon.
Yep. So we're going to have to find time to watch and review that.
Yep, we'll have to do that.
I feel like there was something else coming out really soon, too. Oh, well, we spoke about Spider-Man New War. That's going to be... How wild would it be if that was like the sleeper hit of the year?
If Spider-Man Noir walked away with like half the Homie Awards, I think I don't know, man. That would blow my fucking mind.
Yeah.
If the homies will it though,
right?
You know?
Yeah. Listen, you guys got the power.
Hopefully, I'll still be your co-host by the Homie Awards. I think the the committee is going to cancel my expense account.
You should really talk to them, I think.
Yeah, they are not happy about me going ahead and paying Hans Zimmer a year in advance.
Yeah, dog.
For the 2026 Homie Awards.
Yeah, you didn't even tell me about that, actually. This is my first time hearing
Well, I just figured it was a no-brainer. That's what they've been sending me all those emails about.
You know that his rate goes up every year.
That's why I went ahead and paid him. That's why I went ahead and locked him in a year in advance so that we don't have to keep, so that we could avoid some of that rate increase.
We already didn't have enough money to pay announcer Hostman last year.
Yeah, I know.
And so now...
And so now we got extra budget for Hans. We can't have a Homie Awards without Hans Zimmer. What's next? We're going to do it without Dylan?
We'll have to talk about that later.
Oh, no. Don't tell me that we don't have the budget for Homie Dylan.
Listen, cuts have to be made.
That's fair.
You understand.
Yep.
Well, homies, that's going to be all for this one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Maybe more than you enjoyed The Boys.
Maybe so.
5. Yeah, and if you guys are really, really, really big fans of The Boys, including Season 5, then apologies that you heard this. And also kudos to you for sticking through this whole thing.
Yeah. As we just shit on all your hopes and dreams.
Yeah. There are a few upsides, but just not that many for this season so far. Maybe the back half of the season to be just heat. But
yeah, I mean, the first half, you can stick it in your sin hole.
Jesus Christ. Well, on that note, that's going to be all for now. But we will see you guys again very soon when we cover the penultimate episode of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. But until then, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
I'm Superhero Homie Caleb.